Anambra shine with our sweat and blood.
Youth unemployment is a pressing need across the nation, Nigeria. But in Anambra State, our new approach is making a difference. Through the One Youth, Two Skills initiative, Governor Soludo has created a platform for young people for them to learn valuable skills, empowering them to build business and create opportunity for themselves. The first phase of this initiative empowered 5,000 youths, providing 2 billion naira startup funding for them. In the second phase, 8,620 participants have been enrolled for intensive mentorship and training. Welcome to Solution Footprints. In this episode, we are taking you through the journey of this initiative in Anambra State and how it is making the youth of the state job creators. My name is Chidimma Oranwa. Let's roll.
A transformative movement is still on course in Anambra State, spearheaded by the visionary government of Governor Soludo, CFR. The One Youth, Two Skills initiative is redefining the landscape for youth empowerment, equipping thousands of young Anambra Nigerians with essential skills for both local and global success. For Governor Soludo, the youth of Anambra are not just the leaders of tomorrow, they are the backbone of our economy today.
The big journey to ensure that youth are empowered on a sustainable basis. It's not just to give them fish to eat, but to teach them to fish, so that they will never be hungry all their life. That is the agenda that we began. Phase 1 had 5,000 youths trained in a peculiar way, building on a peculiar training program, the Igbo apprenticeship system. Gets on to the issues of mentorship, financial empowerment, and so on. Those 5,000 youths have been empowered, and several of them have now become employers of labor.
Through One Youth, Two Skills, his administration has intentionally demonstrated commitment to ensuring that every youth has the opportunity not only to learn, but to thrive.
In Anambra, we celebrate nothing but what? Hard work. And we believe that it is only by dint of hard work that you are able to do what? To eat. I want to thank our youth that you resolve and you have kept to it because you want to take your destiny in your own hands. You want to be useful. You want to, those who have shops, those who have farms, those who have something, they want to use a result, they want to get busy, they want to be part of the solution.
Available records show that before the launch of One Youth, Two Skills in October 2022, only 1,073 youths were trained in entrepreneurship between 2016 and 2022, with a mere 130 receiving financial empowerment. Traditional training formats limited to just the 5 skills areas and 3 centers across the state. But then came a revolution under Governor Soludo that has now made Anambra youth productive at home and exportable abroad.
Mr. Governor Professor Soludo, CFR. I thank him immensely for being a youth-friendly governor, because the governor understands what the future is all about and what the youth is all about. Of course, if you check, his speeches, you will agree with me that governor will always say that tomorrow begins today. So, so looking at the society at large, coming to the youth sector, you will agree with me also that youth occupies almost 65% in terms of population density. And the Mr. Governor, because you understand what that strength is all about, today through his manifesto and the people's manifesto, it's clearly captured that he will raise 1,000 youth millionaires annually and massively creating private sector jobs. So this is a task, is a mandate, and to the glory of God, the Ministry of Youth, has been up and doing, head on 24/7 around the clock to ensure we deliver the mandate of the governor. The part of what we have achieved is that the people of Anambra has taken One Youth Two Skills as their own personal project. They monitored it themselves, they supervised it themselves. Community is a community-based program. One Youth Two Skills is a community-based program. That's why today everybody is branding One Youth Two Skills, not even government. About 85% of vehicles, branded vehicles you see across in the state are communities.
The One Youth, Two Skills initiative introduced a systematic and well-structured model of youth enterprise development inspired by the rich heritage of the Igbo apprenticeship system, acclaimed as one of the most effective enterprise development methodologies worldwide.
I'm a native of Nairo Nateze in Nkanu East local government of Enugu State, residing here in Onitsha and doing my business here at Bright Street Main Market under my Oga as Nwaboy. I want to thank the people of Anambra State and the Executive Governor of Anambra State once again. I'm grateful because I've learned a lot with this talking book and this talking pen. This is the first time I'm seeing such a thing. We have been hearing about empowerment outside the market, but this is the first time it's coming to Omoboy, especially people in the market under the Omoboy skills acquisition. In the whole of Nigeria, this is the first time it's happening, specifically in Anambra State, under the leadership of the governor of Anambra State, Mr. Chukwumachas Soludo. I just want to thank him once more. Before I joined this program, business wasn't that easy because it entails all about calling customers, anybody seeing person. But with this program, with this everything I've learned, I now have customers online. I'll just go online and post my goods and post my services, and they'll get back to me through the online this online trading app. I've smartly learned how to do this business, do my business online.
At first, I will have to, if I want to get something from someone, if I want to send something to someone, I have to take it to the person physical. But now I can just snap and send, or I can now put it in digital way. I don't have to stress myself that I'm doing business. I can just sit on my comfort zone and transfer my business to make my gain. And since then, the business has been flourishing, and my boss is happy. And I'm sure that with the help of my boss on my settlements, with the help of my boss and that of the governor, I'll go a long way.
I don't even know where to start thanking Mr. Governor, because this initiative is very, very wonderful. With the talking book, with everything written, I can even be able to read, understand, even communicate very well with English language and other languages, and can still interact with my customers. I even know how to put it. Now I'm even ready. If my Oga settles me today, I can, with what I learned, I am able to start up a business and I can control it very well.
Now, with 65 skill areas to choose from and 634 vocational training centers spread across Anambra, The opportunities for our youth have multiplied. In phase 1 alone, 5,000 youths were empowered, with projections to assist thousands more in phases to come. Reputable assessments reveal an 80% success rate in business commencement among these empowered youths, proving that One Youth, Two Skills is not just a program, but a lifeline.
Solution is here.
But when we are working on all these aspects and so on, urban water scheme, ongoing urban regeneration program, tackling security, dealing with the towns, and making our place safer and a more livable and prosperous homeland, the foundation for our future, the bridge to the future, remains our children, our youths. And that is why we prioritize human capital development in building this future that we all dream about. That is the bridge to the future, and that is why we are here. Learning from our past and going into the future. And this is why the One Youth, Two Skills is a uniquely designed training program to be able to give our youth a unique skills that they become employable here at home and can also be exportable abroad. Many of the artisanal works, skills, are now in very short supply.
I've benefited immensely, and I mean, this is a great opportunity to say a deep appreciation to our Solution Governor, Professor C. Soludo, CFR, for such a laudable program that he brought out, having the youth of Anambra and indeed beyond at heart, to empower us, enrich us, and make us more economically advantaged to the state and of course to ourselves. So I must appreciate the governor. In this program, One Youth, Two Skills, like no other program ever since in Anambra State, has empowered me so greatly. Most importantly, because in vocational aspect of it, where we learn how to do this and do that, many skills involved. Beyond that, he has also brought in entrepreneurship aspect of it with Nnamdi Azikiwe University Business School. We've not seen anything like that, to empower us on how to use those skills we acquired at the vocational level to apply it in the real life situation, to make money, to transform it. And in that business school, we learned how to leverage in relationship, building relationship, multiplying one customer, two customers we have to enrich our clientele base.
For the first time in Nigeria's empowerment history, beneficiaries are not just passive recipients. The Solution Youthpreneur Support Group has emerged, aligning their mission with government goals and training 1,000 youths at no cost, reinforcing a culture of giving back.
And I was quite delighted seeing everywhere I go around Anambra, I see that the beneficiaries of the Batch 1 have even formed themselves into cooperatives and now become even like a social movement. Oh yeah? Yes. Form themselves into cooperatives, and everywhere I go I see your flags flying all over the place. Youthpreneurs, is that? They become the youthpreneurs. That is the way to go.
It is a great opportunity for me to be a beneficiary in this One Youth, Two Skills program. And by God's grace, I've equally trained some trainees which I have equally employed. Like last week, I go job with some of the trainees that I have trained, and 2 people is currently working under me now. And all thanks to Governor Chukwuma Soludo for what he has done for me and equally the youth of Anambra State. And one thing again that I would like to emphasize here is that the training have equally helped me in a way to grow financially, because previously I've been earning 1 naira, 2 naira, going for 1 job, 2 jobs. But now people are calling me for different type of jobs because my business is now on the internet. If you go to YouTube, you can see most of the works that I've done there. And from there, people are calling me for jobs. I equally want to say a big thank you to the state government for giving me this opportunity because one, I'm not from Anambra State. He equally gave me the opportunity. You can see that the governor is doing a good thing for every youth, making sure that all the youth in Anambra are useful. And these things have equally helped in a way that it has cut down the level of insecurity in the country because most of the people that are trained, they are now working. If you count it now, the previous one that I trained up to 11 trainees. And those trainees right now, they are in the field working. So if you can see that this has equally helped in cutting down the level of insecurity in the. So all thanks to Governor Chukwuma Soludo for what he is doing. And I'm encouraging him and equally promising him that this election, I will make sure that I equally vote for him, I equally canvass votes for him so that this One Youth Two Skill program will continue. We don't want it to stop because it has already helped Anambra people. The youths are getting jobs.
By the grace of God, I'm now the CEO of Sugar Russia and Retail. I was a beneficiary of the first batch of One Youth Two Skill. Now, as you can see, through the benefits I got from the first phase, I was able to open my own shop down. Before, I trained with a master trainer. Now, I'm empowered to open my own space. Even that I have now recruited workers that are now working with me. I was able to train other people too, who will soon be empowered to stand on their own to the special grace of God. And I owe it to God and to our loving Father, the Anambra State Governor, Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo, the youth most friendly governor I've ever seen. In fact, this is my first time as an Anambra citizen benefiting from anything government. Not like holding a 1 week and 2 weeks training or what. That I was even opportune to be trained in university and Unizik Business School. In fact, I have been dreaming of being a participant in that school. But due to the monetary aspect of it, I couldn't afford it. But as God may have it, I was part of the people that benefited from that school, which is helping me a lot today in my business life.
Beyond technical skills, initiatives like the Anawood scheme and the Youth to Agriculture scheme bring to light the vast opportunities within creative and agricultural sectors. New innovations, including talking books and online training, have revolutionized access to entrepreneurial education, bridging the gap between traditional knowledge and digital tools.
This book is a talking book and this is a talking pen. Yes, in this book you can learn many things that can teach you how to do business. Like if you touch this one, the page will explain to you what you will be doing in business. Then to the other page, the same thing, but the book is always teaching about business, how you'll be doing your business, how your business will be successful. So that is what the book is doing.
I think I'll start by appreciating Mr. Governor, His Excellency. He has done noble. I always say that. I call him the friend of the youth. What I gathered from his government is something I've always longed for. After graduating from the university, I knew I needed some skills to pull through in life, But, funding the whole process was really a big deal. Not until I found out, or maybe I heard about the One Youth Two Skill. Sorry. It was like a miracle. And I've always had this passion for pig farming and meat production. I know it's a very lucrative business here in this part of the country. So this whole scheme has helped me to amass that knowledge, and I'm very, very certain that in no due time I'll start employing people and I'll become my own boss, thanks to the Mr. Governor.
The digital era has not been left behind. The One Youth, Two Skills Academy and Code Anambra initiatives empower our youth with skills for the future, aiming to reach 1 million young people and digital enterprise.
And the monitoring aspect of the project One Youth, Two Skills is very critical. In our action plan from the beginning to the end, we monitor and we monitor and evaluate. And because if you go around and ask anybody what can you say about One Youth, Two Skills, they will tell you that fear of One Youth, Two Skills is the beginning of wisdom. They will just explain it to you. That is One Youth, Two Skills. And we are glad and we are proud of our youth. We have wonderful youth. We have very responsible youth. And the youth we have taken over. The governor, because today is a youth club, governor has done a whole lot. So the governor has given them sense of belonging. They can now talk, they can now express their feelings. They can now on their own voluntarily come and say, I want to support the government. So we want to talk them, we want to thank them on behalf of the governor. Governor loves them, and that's why governor don't joke with them. Anything that I say about it, he always approve it. So I appreciate governor.
As Anambra continues to march forward, the promise of One Youth, Two Skills shines brightly, a beacon of hope.
As I look in your faces today, some of the members of the batch 2, I can see in your faces the future millionaires, the future millionaires, the future millionaires of Anambra, and the youth that will take Anambra, Nigeria, and Africa to the world. I can see in your faces. I can see it in your faces. The only beginning.
I'm a CEO today because of what the governor, because of the platform he has given to us. He has to give us training through One Youth, Two Skills. Also extend it to taking us to Unizik Business School, where we have gathered knowledge. I am a beneficiary of that. Through that training, I've learned how to manage my business to the extent of being a CEO, owning staffs, owning workers, which people I pay. Through that platform he has given us, I'm able to be a fish farmer today. I'm able to be a poultry farmer, a piggery farmer. Through that platform, I'm able to know how and when to purchase my goods. That is market strategy. I'm able to know when and where to source my goods as to able to make profit. So I thank you, Mr. Governor, for everything. We thank you. We need the kind of we need this kind of government in Anambra, in every state in the whole nation. Without him, he has been good to the youth of Anambra State. Because if I am not the beneficiary, I won't be here. I won't be proud today to be a CEO. I won't be proud to be chief executive officer. I won't be proud to be a business owner. I won't be proud to say that I have workers who work under me, which I pay them through that source of kindness. That kindness he has shown to the Anambra State youth. So I thank you, Mr. Governor. Keep it up. We love you. I personally, I love you.
Together with Governor Soludo, we are building a new generation of entrepreneurs and leaders. Together, we are cultivating productivity at home and exporting talent abroad. This is just the beginning. As Anambra continues to rise, the future remains promising and fantastically bright for the Anambra youths.
Glaringly, the One Youth, Two Skills initiative isn't just changing lives, it is changing the story of Anambra State. With a new generation of confident, skilled, and talented youth emerging, the state is moving to a higher pedestal. At the heart of it is Governor Soludo, whose vision of creating a livable and prosperous Anambra State is the one driving this particular initiative. This is not just an empowerment, it is a revolution of hope. And that's it on this episode of Solution Footprints. Do well to join us again next week for another refreshing edition. Follow us on our social media handles at Solution Footprints on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, and Solution FE on X, formerly Twitter. My name is Chidinma Orama. Bye, Kemesia.